It's President's Day 2025. I'm on my way to a protest at the Capitol. All 50 states are having protests at their Capitol. Ours is from noon till 4 here in Oregon. I don't know what time the other ones are. I think it's noon to 4 everywhere. But anyway, I'm going there. The people that are on the other side of this, the Trump supporters, they're absolutely not my enemy, nor am I theirs. We all have different ideas about where we want the country to go, and I hear a lot of the Republican narrative, especially the MAGA narrative, is that we Democrats are socialists, that we hate our country, that we want to destroy our country, and none of that is true. I'm being told that Democrats can't be patriots, that we can't even be Christians. All this stuff is coming from people that want us divided. They want us to hate each other. They profit from it. Mostly the billionaire class, the oligarchs, of which Trump is one. They all want us at each other's throats. They want everything. They want us to destroy each other. And I mean, there's no actual proof of this, but that's the pattern that's going on. It's just like there's no proof of this big Democratic elite cabal that owns the media and spreads false news and all that. There's no proof that Trump was innocent of all of these things of which he's accused, but the Republicans and MAGA are operating under the premise that that's true. Everything stems from that the government is all corrupt, and it's the Democratic Party that's behind all the deep state stuff that's going on. And if that were proven true, I would probably be on their side of this whole thing. But none of that has been proven. None of it. There's indicators, there's things that make people believe that, but until any of this stuff sees a court of law and until there's a trial and people are held accountable for this supposed criminal activity, we can't act on it. We can't act on it until the courts have weighed in. I mean, in the United States, we have to have the courts be our deciding factor on guilt and innocence. We have to, because the alternative to that is anarchy, and that's where we're headed right now. I mean, we are headed for civil war if we don't get back to the structure of government. 3 branches, all equal. The executive enforcing the laws, the legislative making the laws, and the judicial interpreting the laws. I mean, that's the way it was all set up. And what's going on right now, and the reason I'm protesting, is Trump and his minions are turning that into the executive branch having all the power. I mean, they even admitted that the executive, I mean, a lot of the posts that I see are admitting that the executive should be able to make all these decisions, and that is a dictatorship, and we can't go there. We have to fight against that. I mean, even if we don't agree with each other's views, even if the Republicans are 100% right, and even if all this stuff is corrupt and whatever, it still needs to be worked out through the proper channels, through the government, through us voting. I mean, all that stuff. It has to be. We can't just let the executive branch run roughshod over everything and dismantle the government, fire all these people because of suspicion of this conspiracy. I mean, it's absolutely asinine. We can't keep going down that road. And like I say, proof. There has to be proof. The judicial has to weigh in and decide whether this stuff is true or not and hold people accountable. And the same goes for the Republicans, right? For Donald Trump supporters and all the people that think he's innocent. My thought is, let it go to the courts. Let the charges play out. Let the judicial do its job impartially. that is the only way forward. And then from that, we move on. Okay, so if Trump's innocent, all this stuff, we have to accept it and we have to move on. But regardless of guilt and innocence of anyone involved, the structure of government, the balances of power, they need to remain in place. There is no good alternative to that. So I'm going to go to this protest. I'll follow up and let everybody know, my thoughts on it and how it goes.
This is what democracy looks like! We fight back!
Overall, I thought the protest went really well. There was about as many people there as I thought there would be, but the location was strange, having it all along sort of block, maybe a block and a half, right on the street. I somehow thought, because all the capitals were doing it, I thought they'd be at the Capitol buildings. I don't know how the other ones were. I haven't looked into any of the other ones around the country, but at least ours wasn't really at the Capitol building itself. The other thing I was kind of surprised about is I had heard that there were going to be counter protests there, Trump supporters somewhere in the vicinity, and I didn't see any of those, and I was actually a little disappointed by that, because I had this hope. I give out these thank you coins to cops and to military people that, just some people call them challenge coins. I just call them thank you coins. But anyway, yeah, basically just says thanks for your service, whatever. Anyway, I've been handing those out for a few years as I see police officers and vets and stuff. And so I was kind of hoping maybe, I don't know, honestly, if I would have had the courage to do it. I hope I would have, but just kind of bridge the gap, and hand those out to, because I on the street, I do it to any vet, anybody who has like a Vietnam hat or anything else identifying them as a vet, or if I see any police officers, I do the same thing and just say, thanks for your service. I just want them to know that they're appreciated, because, a lot of them take a lot of crap, and especially veterans, Vietnam veterans especially, were treated so poorly when they came back that, anything I can do to kind of make up for that. Also, with the suicide rate so high with veterans, I think it's important for us to, show our appreciation. I don't know how much of an impact it has, but it definitely can't hurt. I don't think many vets or police officers get upset about receiving any kind of recognition. But anyway, so my thought was, kind of express to them that we're not enemies. just because we have different visions for what we want the country to be, it doesn't mean that we have to be at each other's throats about it. Protesting, making your views known and having dialogue about it is all good stuff. I mean, that's what we're about. But taking it beyond that to say that, the Trump Republicans hate America and want a dictatorship, or, the liberals, especially the radical left, that we all hate America, we want everything to be socialist, or socialistic, or be a socialist country, whatever. I mean, all of that it's crap, and so if we can kind of bridge that divide, just like I say, I mean, if I see somebody on the street and they're wearing something that identifies them as a vet, I give them a coin. I don't ask their political affiliation or anything. It doesn't even occur to me. So in a situation like that, where it's obvious whose political, what their political affiliation is, I thought it'd be cool to still show them that, hey, we're humans. I appreciate you, But anyway, didn't happen. I did hand out a couple of coins to people that were at the protest. I also, spread the word about the Love Party and gave out some cards so that people could get more information by going out to the loveparty.net and checking that out. So altogether, definitely a positive experience. I'm glad we, made our views known. Remains to be seen what kind of real impact any of our personal views have on what's going on. Overall, I don't think our individual views, I think those are considered less and less in any kind of decision-making process. It seems like government anymore is a completely separate entity, removed from the people, and that's true no matter what your political affiliation. I don't think any of them really represent the people anymore. But anyway, I hadn't been to a protest in a very long time, so I'm glad I went.